I taught entrepreneurship at TSU for years. I've always had a real big thing in my heart for small businesses, especially black businesses. Yeah. So I want to just help, and like you said, because a lot of us, we didn't have a blueprint. There wasn't a lot of people that helped us, but if we can help them, learn that we can help each other, that's the move.
What's going on, Jay? How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Man, I'm feeling good too. It's been a crazy week, right?
Crazy.
Man,
almost over.
Yeah, it's almost over. Look, man, we got a special guest on the podcast today, man. We got my guy Jason Luntz, y'all. Man, look, let me tell y'all about this. Man, I met Jason, a while back, man. I was like, man, who is this cat, man? This light skinned cat with this big head, man. Who with the New York accent, like with the East Coast? I said, but he had really good taste in music. So I was like, man, he good in my book, man. We think we done taught classes together. He's done taught me in a class. Man, he a really great, inspiring gentleman, man. Jason, man, you tell the people who you are, man. What's going on?
Thank you. Light Skin Connection it's a good thing to have, and you've been doing your thing since the first moment I met you. We initially met at Corner to Corner, running some of the same circles, and then when you connected with Jay and all the moves you guys have been making, thanks for saying I'm inspirational. You guys inspire me and a lot of people in Nashville. So first, I just want to thank you for letting me be here with y'all. And it's a Jersey accent, not New York, but you did say East Coast. Just a little bit about me. My name is Jason Luntz from Jersey. Been in Middle Tennessee about 15 years. Was in Clarksville first. Then came to Nashville. Been trying to go real hard, put my flag down in this city. And I love Nashville. I'm a big fan of this city. I own a company called Your Voice. We help brands and businesses grow their online presence through web design, social media, email marketing, things like that. But another thing that we do a lot is we do public relations and media relations. So lately we've been really going hard on trying to help businesses get press and get media. So I love talking about businesses getting the same tools, particularly black businesses getting the same tools and access that our large counterparts get. Yeah.
What made you go that route?
So I actually have a master's degree in new media journalism, which was super dope. I went to Full Sail and I learned how to tell stories, but using blogging, using social media, using multimedia. So I took it in like 2012 when multimedia was blowing up, and I love doing it. I love writing, but I noticed that businesses need your story told.
Right. Yeah,
so that's how I approached my business. I was like, let me help you. Let me build your website and tell your story. Let me do your social media, tell your story, and let me help you get that press.
That's dope.
Yeah. I was really excited to actually get into it. Because I was doing my thing with social media. When Twitter first blew up, I hit like 30K followers.
Wow.
But this is before influencers was a thing.
Yeah.
So I just used to blog and I would get a lot of attention like that. So then I was like, all right, let me go back to school and learn how to actually be a journalist. And then it went right into entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Well, so like for all the people out there that's listening that don't know what journalism is, tell us what that consists of. What is that? What is it?
So journalism is basically the way that we get our news. Mm-hmm. So a radio DJ that's telling you about something going on in your city, a TV newscaster telling you about a fire that happened or an event that's going to happen, or a newspaper. And, journalism, normally we see it through traditional media, which is print, audio, and television. Mm-hmm. And so my program taught us how to also tell these stories with journalistic integrity, but using these new tools. Okay. And by that, journalism, by definition, is supposed to be non-biased. It's not supposed to give you opinion. It's supposed to just say, hey, this person did that. Yeah. It's up to you as the viewer or the reader to decide.
Not like a shade room,
yeah,
or somebody, TMZ or something.
Yeah, like that. But what we found is, and particularly social media, there's always been an editorial part or commentary part of media. So nowadays, commentary and editorials have kind of taken over, where you get more opinion. So you can give an opinion, like back in the day in the newspaper, the editor could say, hey, I think you should vote for this person, right? That was an editorial, and they announced it. Or you would watch CNN, and they would say, we think this is wrong. And that would only be, a very small part of it. But now, particularly with these news networks, you see probably 50 to 60% is opinion. Mm-hmm. So you got to understand the difference. Just like when you're getting interviewed, normally they're just asking you the facts, right? Yeah. But there's more opinion nowadays than ever before.
Yeah.
So what are some things that make you feel like, or if you do feel like this way, to make you stand out more than the next person that's doing journalism, or what's that big factor? What's that big news you feel like this is news right here that's gonna make me, get to this point right here?
I think what makes me stand out from journalists and from other marketing business people is I have experience with both. But I've always been an entrepreneur. I've only had like one little corporate job right after college back when I was about 22, 23, and I jumped right into real estate. So I was flipping houses and doing property management and running my own business with a bunch of my friends in Jersey for years. And then after that, I had a cleaning service that I had for years. And then so after I got my degree, my master's degree, I'm like, wait, I'm a journalist. I mean, I am a journalist, but I'm an entrepreneur, right? So I got to figure out a way how to make this my own thing. And I think that kind of separates me from other people in my industry on both ends. Because a lot of people, they're really good at marketing or they're really good at telling stories, but they may not have had the experience with both.
Yeah. It sounds like you're a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It sounds like you. So do you still do the real estate?
Yeah, well, so I had, it's funny, real estate's like that girlfriend that broke my heart. I started real young, and then the market had crashed back in the day, and I've always like kind of dabbled a little bit in, but I never did it to the level I once was at. So, but it's always right there, and I'm like, I got to get back into this real estate.
Yeah.
But I enjoy so much all the other things that I'm doing, and I know that if I get back into real estate, I'm gonna go so hard with it.
Yeah. So tell us about the businesses you own. I know you talked briefly about it, but like tell us a little bit more and expand on it for the people. That's out there.
Yeah. So we got Your Voice, URVOYCE, and our tagline is we want to be your voice online, and that's the web design, which is probably our number one service. But the social media, email marketing, we do a lot of event planning and activations. Activations is when you have an event, kind of like your event. When you guys went out of town, that was an activation when you were in Huntsville. Mm-hmm. So you activated it. So we do stuff like that for clients too. We set up, get vendors to come out. In fact, I remember I was trying to do the thing at the food truck thing you guys had, but the client, they had to end up backing out. But so we do that a lot. Then I have Your Virtual, which is a virtual assistant company that I own. Yeah. And we have VAs out of the Philippines. And that's been like my baby. I've been working on the last couple of years. We got a few clients, but I'm still kind of in beta with that.
When you say VAs, you mean virtual assistants? Is that correct? Okay.
Virtual assistants, yeah.
All right, that's cool.
So you sign up, pay monthly. We communicate through Slack, and then you get a certain amount of hours, and then they'll rock your work for you.
That's dope.
Yeah,
check that out.
Yeah. I really enjoy that one, and that's the kind of one like whenever I meet, and I know you guys meet them all the time, like people with some real money and like they want to invest. That's the one I always bring up. And then I also got the Nashville Voice, which is an online newspaper here in Nashville that focuses on mostly urban news.
Okay, most definitely, yeah. Man, I feel like Nashville is really on the verge of something, especially like with the news and like with the media, just like the technology space as well. Like you got people like MOC that's doing really well in like the virtual space and just being able to kind of capture these events, like. In your business, like how do you stay above water? How do you keep creating those waves? Because I know it gets cloudy. Mm-hmm. Everybody feels like they're a social media guru or like a PR. Like we've been through a few PRs and like just trying to find like that person that can like actually the right person. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think one thing, especially on the PR and helping businesses with their marketing, is one, being mad real about what you can deliver. So for example, like I know you guys have been on a couple of news things. Congrats, those both been dope. That local on 2, I've been trying to get my clients on that for a minute. So that was dope. And then I know you did Today in Nashville. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so things like that are great. But a lot of times you got to be real with people. Yeah. So if I wrote you a press release, I'm not going to promise. I never promise. I'm like, look, we're going to try our best. I'm going to try to get you in the Tennessee Tribune. I'll try to get the scene to cover you. Yeah. I'm going to try to do it. But listen, anything can happen. Mm-hmm. Talk of the town might say they're going to do you, and then Justin Timberlake wants to come on. I mean, you never know with news. Right. Yeah. Right. So I think one thing that separates me, and to your point, is just being real about what you can deliver. Yeah. And then also deliver, though. Yeah. What they say in business, under promise and over deliver. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to make you feel like it might happen.
Yeah.
And then when it does happen, you're like, okay, he did his thing. You know.
It sounds like you got a lot going on. How you stay organized? I mean, how do you?
Yeah,
You juggle
that's
all these different businesses.
Yo, that's tough. Yeah,
opportunities.
It's tough, man. I think we're having the right tools. Like I use Evernote, which is an app that connects to my laptop and my tablet.
Okay.
So when you write on it, it's automatically gonna sync. So if I jump on my laptop,
Yeah, you gotta get that.
yeah, Evernote is great. I do all my to-do list on Evernote. That's very important. And also just working and not being afraid to collaborate with other people. So I connected with Zentrice Lawson. It was actually my girlfriend, but she's actually a creative strategist.
Yeah.
And having her on the team, because she's able to see things that I can't see. So a lot of times having second eyes. So like you guys having each other.
Yeah.
Because if being by yourself, and I'm sure you both have worked alone, you know, you're just by yourself, and that gets hard and that gets tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now speaking that's your girlfriend and she works with you.
Yeah.
How do you communicate? How do you separate the business with personal conversations? If you're passionate like you are about your business, of course, you know your girlfriend is
Mixing
gonna be
business
as
with
passionate.
pleasure.
Yeah.
How do you
You know,
level that out?
yeah, I mean, yeah, we're both passionate, and but it's almost just like too when you connect with someone that's actually your real friend, because there's the personal and the history. So you both have to sometimes be like, all right, we gotta take our hats off and focus on this.
Yeah.
You know, so just being real and having to take a break, and also really saying like, look, during these hours, we talking business. You know what I'm saying? So if we had a disagreement about what we having for dinner, that doesn't need to come up between 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's discipline. I know it's
Oh,
hard.
no.
I know it got to be hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's real hard. I mean, it's even I have had business with my homeboys too, and it's that sometimes that can be hard too. And I've seen friendships fall apart over business.
Yeah.
Because so even with that, sometimes you gotta be like, look, you my mans. It might just be better off we just go our separate ways, because you want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
Because we all want to make money and blow up and do our thing, but I think our friendships and our loved ones, that's what this really has to be about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. Man. So look, I heard about the book.
Oh yeah.
I heard about the book. You got to tell us more about this book. He pulled up to the studio, y'all. So we are recording inside the NBM studio. If y'all didn't know, we in NBM studio. Shout out to MOC recording us. Got to keep it in house. Got to keep the family around. Look, he came to the studio. He was like, "Look, I got this book. You got to see it. It's coming out tomorrow." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I'm like, I'm a pre-order. I'm trying to, log out in my car. By the time I'm buying in my car, he's like, "No, I'm gonna send you a copy." So, okay, that's what bosses do. I said they send their unreleased copies, and I was like, okay, cool. But tell us a little bit about the book. Tell us, the title. Tell us, what made you want to put this book out.
Oh, I really appreciate it, man. It's called The Media Mentorship, Mastering the Arts of Media and News Coverage. And I'm gonna keep it real. This is what made me decide to write this. A lot of people come to me and they want the press release. They want to get on the news. But, small businesses, and we all go through it, money can be tight, So I'm always like, this is how much a press release costs. This is how much it costs to send it out. Sometimes it's out their budget. I was like, all right, well, if maybe they can't afford that service from me, I can put all these tips in a book. It's a little harder. They got to do the work. But, $10, $12 for a book, go ahead. I mean, if you're serious, because I know you guys got to be like me. I know you like to read.
Yeah.
So all business people, if you're a business owner listening, you should be reading a lot. So it's got a lot of great tips. So I basically broke it down in the way that I talk and just give you like some real tips on how to, get some news coverage.
Yeah.
Like one simple tip, I give you one right now.
I was okay. I was going to ask for one, so thank you.
I was like, and tell me what y'all think about it, because like I said, I've seen you guys get a lot of news coverage. One thing is I say in the book is you got to follow journalists and follow media companies. Follow them on social media. So if you want a journalist that covers your beat or covers what you do, you can't just pop and be like, yo, do a story on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you already follow them, like repost them, retweet them. I'm sorry, it's called reposting. Because Twitter is there's no retweets. X.
Elon, boy.
Elon bugging. We were just talking about that. But yeah, like follow them, post them. If they got a social media, a Facebook like page, like that page and comment.
Yeah.
comment when they do a good story.
Yeah.
Because when you reach out to them, a lot of times, and I was a journalist when I was writing at the Tennessee Tribune for years, you know, I would bring people in. We used to do a talk show, and I would do articles. But you would get to the head of the line if all you had to do was just retweet something else I did.
Yeah.
So, you know, something simple as that.
Yeah.
Just follow these people because they're people too, and they're busy.
They're busy. Yeah, I can agree to that for sure. I can attest to it, especially like the relationships I feel like we've built over the last few years. Like some of the reporters and some of the news, you know, staff, they really like what we're doing, and they become friends, and they just become really great supporters. So like just kind of keeping in relationship with them. I know. One reporter just went to NYU and just being able to kind of further her journalist career. So just being able to, you know, kind of champion them on as well, since they're championing us on, giving us the coverage and like, because I mean, you got to create these resources and relationships. It can't just be one sided. It's got to be equally yoked.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes. And I noticed that a lot of people just think, hey, I got a new thing. I got a new restaurant, or I got a new candle line, or whatever they're doing, which is cool, but you got to give something back.
Yeah.
Just like I know we always say, as business owners, you got to give value to your customers.
Yeah.
But the news media is a business too. So they got to feel like this makes sense for them to cover you because they want people to watch those ads or click on those ads on their website. Yeah. So, you know, and I keep bringing it up, but when I was watching the one you did on Local on 2, you know, and they would, and I really appreciate that they let y'all talk, and they came out and was like, and you guys were so honest about what it was. But to them, that was a good thing because, I'm be honest, Joe, I didn't really even check for Local for 2 like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I just started like really realizing, but then when I saw y'all, it really piqued my, I'm like, hold on, I need to come a little harder on them.
Yeah. We seen a lot of our vendors, just kind of be placed on it, and it was just like even with us, we're just like, man, we got to get on there, we got to figure it out as well, just because we could be able to kind of get an opportunity to others. And so like after I got you, I give you the email so you can get in there too. You know, I got you, we got to pass it along.
Well, again, it's like showing love, like how we was able to, they got our attention by seeing other business owners on there. You know, we reached out, and again, it's both empowering each other businesses. So
I mean, it was a great segment, and I was like, okay, so that means they're open too, and particularly just being real, since we deal with majority Black businesses, especially even on our end, right? You don't always know, right? Because sometimes you're like, okay, they might have hit their Black quota for the month. You know what I'm saying? So I might be like, let me hold off on hitting them, because they might be like, we just had a Black market. You know what I'm saying? What is this, Harlem? Like, what, we turn into Atlanta now? Everything's gonna be Black. But hey, you know, the thing is, man,
Nashville's ready.
So you guys feel like Nashville's like really at that point now where Black businesses, like, where do you think we at with Black businesses?
And some of the people that move in the city, they don't even have to be from Nashville, but the fact they're in the city of Nashville, just like you, it's like it's opportunity, it's creative, it's more creatives coming every day on a daily basis. It's growing. So it's like, I mean, with that creativity you put in a bowl, hey, it's time to eat. You know?
Yeah. And it's funny you said that too, because I thought
metaphor king.
No, so it's crazy too, because I was saying this to someone the other day with Nashville. There was a time where most of the Black professionals were either they were from here, or they were like TSU or Fisk related somehow. And then I noticed like you got a whole segment of 20, 30, and 40-year-olds that just got here maybe the last 3-4 years because of their jobs or because of opportunities. They don't know nothing about lot of the old, no ties to old Nashville. So they just here and they like, how do I support? How do I win out here? How do I make moves? So I think that it's a good moment. Right. And I think it's a good moment to get the media mentorship. While we saying that, it's a good moment to pick it up, because we have a lot of really good tips in there. Definitely, the building relationships important. Using your social media. I also want to say this one. Using your social media. Don't be afraid to share information from other people in your industry. So I often say, like, if you're a realtor or a loan officer, and another realtor gave some great information on first home buyers or what adjustable rate mortgages, like, share that. Because one, you become the authority in your space, and people come to you. They think, oh, he knows about real estate, right? Two, journalists sometimes when they're doing stories, they need to have facts from others. Like I said, not giving their opinion. So if you're the authority in your space, insurance, real estate, food, whatever it is, a journalist can reach out to you and be like, oh, let me get a quote from them. You give them a quote that helps their article or their news story. When you're ready for them to do a news story, they're probably going to be like, oh, yeah, you hooked me up. Because they need to show that this was something real. It wasn't just their opinion. Yeah. So not being afraid to use your social to share great information and tips about your industry helps you build authority, but it also helps journalists see that.
Yeah. Because a lot of times they ask, what kind of stats you got? Or you got some stuff you can send? What you got a press release or you got some statements? Well, that goes to my next question. What makes a good a press release a good press release versus it being a bad press release? Because I done sent some, and I got some good coverage by myself, and then I sent some, and it's just like, hey, leave me on red.
Yeah, leave you on red. What's it? Text turn green. They like block. But no, see, I know Drake. I ain't listen. I know what's going on with these young people. No, but seriously, so a good press release, well, it should be who, what, when, where, and how. Who, what, when, where, and how. That's first of all, that's just mandatory. So you want to go through that. You got to have a quote, and if you can do 2 quotes. So it should either be from the person that owns it or their manager, somebody associated with the business. Always a quote or 2, and those quotes should give more facts to the information. So if you're doing one about MBM and you're like black businesses have trouble getting attention in Nashville, then a quote from you saying, when we first started, nobody would allow us to have our vendors in there. But over the years, blase, blase. It builds more strength on what you're trying to prove to the news story. So you want to have a couple quotes. You want to have a strong start, but there's a thing called burying the lead. Whatever the press release is about, you got to get right to it. That first paragraph. So if you're doing like the food truck festival, that should be right there. Yeah. MBM is hosting its 2nd annual food truck at Haley Park on August 2nd. Just get right to it. Yeah. And then if you want to get a little more creative as you're going down, do that. But let's get right to it. Because a journalist, he wants to read all that. Yeah. And the last thing is you should always have below the fold when it's over, you put 3 hashtags, and you should put about whoever the press release is about. So I usually, like my clients, I'll just take like a paragraph from their about page from their website, and then you want to put that there. Because journalists, a lot of people will just take your press release, especially smaller. I don't know if people know this, but some smaller, like online, they'll just take your press release and just post it as an article. They won't even do any change to it. And they'll usually put articles submitted as the byline. But other journalists, the about section doesn't go in there, but if they do want to call you because they might want to add more info to it, or they might want to do their own story, you want to give them just that last little bit about your business. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. We got to write that. Yeah, I hope y'all was writing it down at home.
Yeah, write that down.
I'm trying to take mental note. Like, what was I doing wrong?
Yeah, or you can get the media mentorship on sale right now.
Mentorship on sale right now.
Oh, in fact, if I can say this, for all the MBM listeners, I got a 50% discount code.
Okay, tap me in.
Yo,
how long that last?
See, I wasn't gonna put a date on it, but I was like, you know what? Since it's the first one, people might listen to this for years. So, no, you're right. I should put some make people feel pressured. But it's just MBM.
All right, use the code, y'all. Yeah, look, MBM. Man, that's our first code for somebody. Yeah. We getting big time, y'all. Black market Convos. You see what we're doing, y'all.
Yeah, and I should have put BMC, huh? But nah, MBM works.
It's all right. They know where we at.
To get the book, no, actually, I think you're supposed to ask me.
What's that? What? No, you
tell
me where to get it at.
I don't know. No. I'm usually on that side. No, to get the book, you can just go to my website, jasonluntz.com. You got to get your own domain, y'all, too. jasonluntz.com, and just click on new ebook. It's right in there. And then when you press to buy, just put in that code MBM, get 50% off, download it. And I think that you will learn a lot. And hit me up anytime.
Okay. So what's up? Where can people find you, man? It sounds like you the guy. You the guy you got to see.
Man, thank you. So you can find me across the board. That means on every platform at the J Luntz Report, TheJLuntz Report. Yeah. And that's on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everything.
Okay.
I feel like
Tap
journalists
in.
got all the lingo. I
Hey.
need to learn the
Yeah,
lingo.
across
So when
the
I'm
board.
talking
It's a
across
good
the
one.
board, yeah,
Across the
it
board.
sound like some
Yeah.
old school. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's like when social media first came out.
across the board. We
Across
across
the
the board with the J.
It's probably do come from something
like
like
10-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
everything we say comes from something.
I got a question. We're gonna
Yes,
wrap
please,
it up in a
please,
second.
please. I'm excited.
Give me your top 5 rappers.
Oh, okay.
I know you
But-
hip hop head, so I mean, it don't you just tell me
All
dead or
time?
alive.
Okay. So in no particular order, I would say my favorite
Okay.
is Redman, 3 Stacks. You know, I like to do another way. Reggie Noble, 3 Stacks, Slim Shady, Hove, Nasty Nasir.
Right.
So for y'all that don't know who that was Redman, Eminem, Nas, Jay-Z, and Andre 3000.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Old
yeah.
school.
Oh,
Old
yeah,
school.
yeah,
He's saying his age.
I went
he
back.
show- yeah, he show.
See, then I was gonna say this is what older heads do a lot. I'm gonna tell you, this is how you catch them. They'll be like, oh yeah, they'll say Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick.
Yeah.
Then I told my man, I said, them cats are damn near 42.
Yeah. They,
Like,
they
don't think
creeping up there.
I like young rappers. I'm
They
like,
creeping
bro,
up there.
they
Yeah.
I know Drake 36, J. Cole, they like 36, 38.
Yeah, they creeping up
They
there.
geriatric millennials. So we know. All right, then tell me, who's a dope? Give me someone under 35 that's dope.
Man, right now I'm rocking with La Russell.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm rocking with La Russell. I
Okay.
like him, man.
Okay.
He dope. He fresh to something new. I like how he's implementing business into music.
Okay. Where's he from?
From the Bay.
Ah,
Yeah.
it makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
we gotta go tap into one of his backyard parties. I think that's something we definitely need to check into.
Yeah,
It's
the Bay's killing it.
Yeah, killing it.
I think the whole West Coast is
the
like,
whole West Coast is killing
Yeah.
it. I mean that, and that was one of the reasons why we wanted to open up the studio too, is just to kind of like give like those people a chance to like explore those talents. Like, man, we've been getting a lot of love from it. Like even the product that we got today from Orba is like it's a machine where you can sit here and play music from it. So it's like that Artiphone, they did really well. It's like a company here based in Nashville, but it's like exploring more opportunities like that. And I think bigger ways we can do that is just like having people like Jason that give us the press release to where we can connect to these people. But it's like it all works together. So
I'm just curious too. When it comes to music, what is the things that we need to do to make, because it's Music City, right?
Yeah.
But hip hop. But what kills me, like there's no jazz here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
A little bit of blues, but I
yeah.
mean, but even just hip hop, neo soul. I mean, I feel like it's definitely there's movements.
Yeah.
But just figuring out a way to connect. I think your Friday night, can really help with that.
Be able to kind of give people the chance to kind of explore and be in front of a bigger audience than what they usually in front of, or even gain audience.
Yeah.
And I think really the biggest thing with Nashville music, or just like the entertainment scene, is like no shots, is the press. It's like we need more press on top of like what we already got. We need more like microscopes, but we also need like platforms like this, like Cashville Morning Show, like, other podcasts that, give people the chance to like explore outside of Nashville, so people can kind of put their microscope on top of it and be like, oh, okay, I see that y'all got these different podcasts and shows, 28th and Jefferson, like these different shows. They kind of give you the chance to see what else is going on in Nashville, but their perspective too.
Yo, that makes a lot of sense, using podcasts, and that's a really great way to get yourself out there. And with music too, like I'm working with this one artist called The Biscuit. He's in Murfreesboro. He's Afrobeats.
Okay.
And it's so dope. And I'm like, Afrobeats is blowing up everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and right when we met, they had the Afrobeats thing at Brooklyn Bowl. Flamingos does Afrobeats. And I'm like, that's a good push right there too. And if we can get more Afrobeats, more reggae, just like all that stuff. But having your studio and finding those kind of artists and knowing as a place where they can have love. Yeah. I mean, it's still it's music. Well, we all know why it's called Music City, but it's our city to have that.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Most definitely. I agree.
So you the Nashville Voice, we're gonna start working on that too.
Most definitely, we can put some stuff together. That's what it's all about. It's trying to figure out how we can all make it work for everybody. It's a lot of talent here, but it's also a lot of money that we could be getting from, you know, our side of the field as well. So
man.
like it's just putting our minds together and just kind of figuring it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Man, yo, I'm just gassed up. I'm over here. BMC, MBM. I mean, nah, it's great. I gotta say one more thing too before y'all kick me out of here. Fridays, the Friday event. Yo, like that joint went from like being about just business. That joint's a party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I seen
yeah,
that last
yeah.
video. I know MOC did it because I seen it. No, I said, yo, this. I was like, yo, if I wasn't from Nashville, like if I was visiting like
Yeah.
one of his other cities,
Yeah.
like I'd be like, yo, I would tell my team we got to go to
We
First
gotta
Friday.
go there.
Yeah, we have to go because that joint, everybody just rocking.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, nah.
A little bit this, a little bit that.
Yeah.
and that was intentional. Like you guys, like we wanted to make it fun and.
Yeah,
sure,
We
sure,
want, we definitely want to give it like that family fun environment to where you can kind of go there and have fun, shop, eat, dance, party. Like you know what I'm saying, like a block party meets outdoor mall meets family reunion, gives you all them vibes to it. It's like you see your cousins, you eat, you have fun, you get to dance. You know, you get to do your line dance, you get to meet some. You know, it's all that in one. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you said that on one of those news.
Yeah, you know, hey, press run going crazy right now. Thank y'all to Nashville Press and all the news and media outlets.
Oh,
and
man,
everybody that's showing love.
And when and just so being transparent with the audience, because you know the book is for people to do it themselves. Have you guys been working with someone, or is this a lot on your own? Just connect.
It's us, me, behind the computer, me, Darius, Jay, going from mind to mind and writing it down.
Yeah,
like from the beginning. Honestly, I mean, we definitely, you know, we got a lot of people that helped us along the process. We got a lot of really cool staff and team that's helping us. We're growing, and we're not the biggest team, so like that's where we appreciate the grace we get. But like from the beginning, it's just been us kind of like figuring it out, because it's like going into the business, it's like no blueprint. In a sense, it's like you can't really go to a dentist or a doctor or a lawyer or, you know, the regular entrepreneur and ask them, be like, hey, how do you do this? How do you run this? And give us the blueprint in the game. You can get bits and pieces from different people and advice, but it's not too many people you can kind of go to and just be like, this is that. So
and that's why like it's important you telling your story and me being able to say that like you get a book like mine, or just if you go on there and just Google how to write a press release, like figure these things out. And it can make a big difference. And then as you grow, eventually, one day, of course, you're going to have a PR firm as you grow and this starts to become more and more places. But right now, while you're bootstrapping, it makes sense that you're knocking them out and you're seeing results. Yeah. So I think that's great. And it's a great example. So I'm glad I was able to even talk about it, because you guys are proof that small businesses, you can make it happen on your own. But the book will help.
Yeah, sure. Make sure y'all tap in.
Yeah,
everyone is listening. Y'all tap in.
Make sure. So y'all, where they can follow you at and where they can get the book.
Yep. So it's the Jay Luntz Report across the board. Say that one more time. The website is jasonluntz.com. You can go there and just click on not free. New ebook. New ebook. Put that code in, MBM, get it 50% off, download it, and let your peoples know. And you can always DM me on anything you see me on. And if you want questions, have advice, I'm always here to help. That's why I've always had that commitment to corner to corner. MLC would tell you I taught entrepreneurship at TSU for years. I've always had a real big thing in my heart for small businesses, especially black businesses. So I want to just help. And like you said, because a lot of us, we didn't have a blueprint. There wasn't a lot of people that helped us, but if we can help them, learn, and we can help each other, that's the move.
That's not a lot of people like that, man. So what made you have that heart like that? I mean, you just woke up one day and say, hey, I want to give to the next person.
Yo, that was a good question. That was a good question. When you get interviewed and they ask you a really good one, you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I gotta get mom and pops. They played a major role in who I am as a person. A lot of people don't know I'm biracial. I come from a very diverse background. And growing up that way, I just saw a way of analyzing people and seeing that we're more similar than we're different. And that kind of just made me very empathetic and understanding to people. So as I've grown as an entrepreneur, I always wanted to make sure that I gave as much as I could to others. And I think that plays a part.
Shout out to mom and pop.
Yeah, they good people. They out in Clarksville. They the ones that got me down here. They dragged me from Jersey, but I'm glad they did.
Most definitely, they did a great job, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've met them too. They like to have a good time too.
They are a blast, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, Jason, man, we appreciate you. You know, being probably one of the first guests, one of the least, maybe second, or what I'm saying, one or two, the one, not the two, but no, we really appreciate you just, coming on here and giving knowledge, dropping game, man, it's just been amazing to have you on the platform and just being open and transparent about, what it takes to be a good journalist, but also like, telling us about your book. We look forward to, working with you in the future, especially over here at the NBM. You welcome back on the podcast, the show anytime.
All right.
Need anything from us, let us know. Man, we just grateful to have you here. Man, yeah.
Thanks again. Keep doing your thing, guys. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Man. All right, before we get out here, I want to give a special shout out again to MOC, Moment of Creation, man, for, shooting us live, making us look good on these cameras. We got so many lights in here. I feel like I'm at a ballerina production or something. You know what I'm saying? He said ballerina production. But look, y'all, got us looking good, looking clean in here. If you haven't heard about the NBM studio, please tap in with us. We have one of the craziest, studios in Nashville. Very affordable in East Nashville. We're giving y'all a chance to access these tools, for a reasonable price. We got in-house studio, in-house engineers, producers, podcast room, content room, studio recording, podcast. You can do your album, your mixtape, whatever it is. You got a disc record. I don't know about that one, but whatever. But now, the NBM retail store sits right next door to us, so come check that out as well. We're open Monday through Sunday. Come shop with these businesses, over 30 Black-owned businesses locally and nationally. And if you don't know, now you know. Pull up to the first Friday, every first Friday in Nashville at the farmers market. It's going crazy, 6 to 10 p.m. Learn about it on Instagram at the Nashville Black Market or the NashvilleBlackMarket.com. And again, I'm Carlos, one of the co-founders, one of the co-hosts of the Black Market Convo.
And I'm Jay Jones, Javon Jones, call me Jay.
Hey, you can find me at I'm_Loso.
Find me at LivingLife_Jay.
Look, thank y'all for tuning in. Black Market Convos. We'll see you on the next one.